statutes and walk in them. I am the Lord your God. You shall therefore keep my statutes and my rules. If a person does them, he shall live by them. I am the Lord. None of you shall approach any one of his close relatives to uncover nakedness. I am the Lord. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father, which is the nakedness of your mother. She is your mother. You shall not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of your father's wife. It is your father's nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your sister, your father's daughter, or your mother's daughter, but brought up in the family or in another home. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your son's daughter, or your daughter's daughter, for their nakedness is your own nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's wife's daughter, brought up in your father's family. She is your sister. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's sister. She is your father's relative. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister, for she is your mother's relative. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your father's brother. That is, you shall not approach his wife. She is your aunt. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your daughter-in-law. She is your son's wife. You shall not uncover her nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your brother's wife. It is your brother's nakedness. You shall not uncover the nakedness of a woman and of her daughter, and you shall not take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness. They are relatives. It is depravity. And you shall not take a woman as a rival wife to a sister, uncovering her nakedness while her sister is still alive. You shall not approach a woman to uncover her nakedness while she is in her menstrual uncleanness. And you shall not lie sexually with your neighbor's wife and so make yourself unclean with her. You shall not give any of your children to offer them to Moloch, and so profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. You shall not lie with the male as with the woman. It is an abomination. And you shall not lie with any animal and so make yourself unclean with it. Neither shall any woman give herself to an animal to lie with it. It is perversion. Yourselves unclean by any of these things. For by all these, the nations I am driving out before you have become unclean, and the land became unclean, so that I punished its iniquity, and the land vomited out its inhabitants. But you shall keep my statutes and my rules, and do none of these abominations, either the native or the stranger who sojourns among you. For the people of the land who were before you did all of these abominations, so that the land became unclean, lest the land vomit you out when you make it unclean, as it vomited out the nation that was before you. For everyone who does any of these abominations, the persons who do them shall be cut off from among their people. So keep my charge never to practice any of these abominable customs that were practiced before you, and never to make yourselves unclean by them. I am the Lord your God. Chapter 19. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to all the congregation of the people of Israel, and say to them, You shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy. Every one of you shall revere his mother and his father, and you shall keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. Do not turn to idols, or make for yourselves any gods of cast metal. I am the Lord your God. When you offer a sacrifice of peace offerings to the Lord, you shall offer it so that you may be accepted. It shall be eaten the same day you offer it, or on the day after, and anything left over until the third day shall be burned up with fire. If it is eaten at all on the third day, it is tainted. It will not be accepted, and everyone who eats it shall bear his iniquity, because he has profaned what is holy to the Lord, and that person shall be cut off from his people. When you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not reap your field right up to its edge, neither shall you gather the gleanings after your harvest. And you shall not strip your vineyard bare, neither shall you gather the fallen grapes of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the poor and for the sojourner. I am the Lord your God. You shall not steal. You shall not deal falsely. You shall not lie to one another. You shall not swear by my name falsely, and so profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. You shall not oppress your neighbor or rob him. The wages of a hired worker. Rockin' and rolling. You shall not curse the deaf or put a stumbling block before the blind.
No stumbling block.
Fear your God. I am the Lord.
I am the Lord.
Justice in court. You shall not be partial to the poor or deferred to the great, but in righteousness shall
No
you judge.
partiality, whether
You
you're
shall not
great,
go around as a slanderer among your people.
whether you're poor.
And you shall not stand up against the life of your neighbor. I am the Lord.
I am the Lord.
You shall not hate your brother in your heart, but you shall reason
Come on.
frankly with your neighbor, lest you incur sin because of him. You shall not take vengeance or bear a grudge against the sons of your own people,
Please log on
but
to
you shall love your neighbor as
welding.com
yourself.
so your super
I
traffic
am the
can
Lord.
automatically track your progress.
You shall keep my statutes. You shall not let your cattle breed with a different kind. You shall not sow your field with two kinds of seed, nor shall you wear a garment of cloth made of two kinds of material. If a man lies sexually with a woman who is a slave, assigned to another man and not yet ransomed or given her freedom, a distinction shall be made. They shall not be put to death, because she is not free. But he shall bring his compensation to the Lord to the entrance of the tent of meeting, a ram for a guilt offering. And the priest shall make atonement for him with the ram of the guilt offering before the Lord for his sin that is committed. And he shall be forgiven for the sin he has committed. When you come into the land and plant any kind of tree for food, then you shall regard its fruit as forbidden. 3 years it shall be forbidden to you. It must not be eaten. And in the 4th year all its fruit shall be holy, an offering of praise to the Lord. But in the 5th year you may eat of its fruit, to increase its yield for you. I am the Lord your God. You shall not eat any flesh with the blood in it. You shall not interpret omens or tell fortunes. You shall not round off the hair on your temples or mar the edges of your beard. You shall not make any cuts on your body for the dead or tattoo yourselves. I am the Lord. Do not profane your daughter by making her prostitute, lest the land fall into prostitution and the land become full of depravity. You shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord. Do not turn to mediums or necromancers. Do not seek them out and so make yourselves unclean by them. I am the Lord your God. You shall stand up before the gray head and honor the face of an old man, and you shall fear your God. I am the Lord. When a stranger sojourns with you in your land, you shall not do him wrong. You shall treat the stranger who sojourns with you as the native among us, and you shall love him as yourself, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. You shall do no wrong in judgment, in measures of length, or weight, or quantity. You shall have just balances, just weights, a just ephah, and a just hin. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt. You shall observe all my statutes and all my rules and do them. I am the Lord. Chapter 20. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Say to the people of Israel, any one of the people of Israel or of the strangers who sojourn in Israel, who gives any of his children to Moloch, shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones. I myself will set my face against that man and will cut him off from among his people, because he has given one of his children to Moloch, to make my sanctuary unclean and to profane my holy name. And if the people of the land do at all close their eyes to that man when he gives one of his children to Moloch, and do not put him to death, then I will set my face against that man and against his clan, and will cut them off from among their people, him and all who follow him in whoring after Moloch. If a person turns to mediums and necromancers, whoring after them, I will set my face against that person and will cut him off from among his people. Consecrate yourselves, therefore, and be holy, for I am the Lord your God. Keep my statutes and do them. I am the Lord who sanctifies you. For anyone who curses his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. He has cursed his father or his mother. His blood is upon him. If a man commits adultery with the wife of his neighbor, both the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. If a man lies with his father's wife, he has uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon them. If a man lies with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have committed perversion. Their blood is upon them. If a man lies with a male as with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon them. If a man takes a woman and her mother also, it is depravity. He and they shall be burned with fire, that there may be no depravity among you. If a man lies with an animal, he shall surely be put to death, and you shall kill the animal. If a woman approaches any animal and lies with it, you shall kill the woman and the animal. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon them. If a man takes his sister of his father or a daughter of his mother and sees her nakedness and she sees his nakedness, it is a disgrace, and they shall be cut off in the sight of the children of their people. He has uncovered his sister's nakedness, and he shall bear his iniquity. If a man lies with a woman during her menstrual period and uncovers her nakedness, he has made naked her fountain, and she has uncovered the fountain of her blood. Both of them shall be cut off from among their people. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister or of your father's sister, for that is to make naked one's relative. They shall bear their iniquity. If a man lies with his uncle's wife, he has uncovered his uncle's nakedness. They shall bear their sin. They shall die childless. If a man takes his brother's wife, it is impurity. He has uncovered his brother's nakedness. They shall be childless. You shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my rules and do them, that the land where I am bringing you to live may not vomit you out. And you shall not walk in the customs of the nation that I am driving out before you, for they did all these things, and therefore I detested them. But I have to you, you shall inherit their land, and I will give it to you to possess, a land flowing with milk and honey.
Milk and honey.
I am the Lord your God, who has separated you from the peoples. You shall therefore separate the clean beast from the unclean, and the unclean bird from the clean. You shall not make yourselves detestable by beast, or by bird, or by anything with which the ground crawls, which I have set apart for you to hold unclean. You shall be holy to me, for I, the Lord, am holy, and have separated you from the people, that you should be mine. A man or a woman who is a medium or a necromancer shall surely be put to death. They shall be stoned with stones. Their blood shall be upon them.
Okay, let's go to some heavy pants. Heavy pants on the back of yourselves.
Chapter 21.
Your weight, Sean's got the resistance band.
And the Lord said to Moses, Speak to the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say to them, No one shall make himself unclean for the dead among his people, except for his closest relatives, his mother, his father, his son, his daughter, his brother, or his virgin sister, who is near to him, because she has had no husband. For her he may make himself unclean.
Nice form.
He shall not make himself unclean as a husband among his people, and profane himself. They shall not make bald patches on their heads, nor shave off the edges of their beards,
Nice.
nor make any cuts on their body.
Nobody's gonna get hurt.
They shall be holy to their God, and not profane the name of their God.
I want to hear that breathing.
For they offer the Lord's food offerings, the bread of their God.
Keep it coming.
Therefore
We're almost
they
there.
shall be
This
holy.
military press next.
They shall not marry a prostitute or a woman who has been defiled. Neither shall they marry a woman divorced from her husband, for the priest is holy to his God. You shall sanctify him, for he offers the bread of your God. He shall be holy to you, for I, the Lord, who sanctify you, am holy.
Chest is up.
And the daughter of any priest, if she profanes herself by whoring, profanes her father, she shall be burned with fire. The priest who is chief among his head, the anointing oil is poured, and who has been consecrated to wear the garments, shall not let the hair of his head hang loose, nor tear his clothes.
Yeah, yeah. You get the bands, which makes it.
He shall not go into any dead bodies, nor make himself unclean, even for his father or for his mother. He shall not go out of the sanctuary, lest he profane the sanctuary of his God. For the consecration of the anointing oil of his God is on
We're
him.
almost in the bicep.
I am the Lord. And he shall take a wife in her virginity,
Here we go.
a widow or a divorced woman, or a woman who has been defiled, or a prostitute. These he shall not marry.
Simple stance.
But he shall take as his wife a virgin of his own people,
Make sure the arms are
that he may not
already-
profane
already
his offspring
straight.
among his people.
Here we go. Let's check on the
For
guy.
I am the Lord who sanctifies him.
Bend those
And
knees
the
just a
Lord
touch.
spoke to Moses, saying,
Sean, there you go.
Speak to Aaron, saying, None of your offspring throughout their generations who has a blemish may approach to offer the bread of his God. For no one who has a blemish shall draw near, a man blind or lame, or one who has a mutilated face, or a limb too long, or a man who has an injured foot, or an injured hand, or a hunchback, or a dwarf, or a man with a
That's
defect
it.
in his sight, or an
Yes,
itching
the weights
disease
if
or
necessary, you guys
scabs,
set up some
or
one arm
crushed
called back
testicles.
scratchers. Let's work in the tricep.
No man of the offspring of Aaron the priest who has a blemish shall come near to offer the Lord's food offerings. Since he has a blemish, he shall not come near to offer the bread of his God. He may eat the bread of the God, both of the most holy and of the holy things, but he shall not go through the veil or approach the altar, because he has a blemish, that he may not profane my son. For I am the Lord who sanctifies them. So Moses spoke to Aaron and to his sons and to all the
Nice
people
and
of
straight
Israel.
from here to here. Heads up, chest up, knees are bent. Sean, you looking good.
Chapter
Feel that,
22.
you guys? Yes, you do. All right.
And the Lord spoke to
Remember, you're
Moses,
doing 8 to
saying,
15 reps here.
Speak to Aaron and his sons, so that they abstain from the holy things of the people of Israel, which they dedicate to me, so that they do not profane my holy name. I am the Lord. Say to them, any one of all your offspring throughout your generations approaches the holy things that the people of Israel dedicate to the Lord, while he has an uncleanness, that person shall be cut off from my presence. I am the Lord. None of the offspring of Aaron who has a leprous disease or a discharge may eat of the holy things until he is clean. Whoever touches anything that is unclean through contact with a dead, or a man who has had an emission of semen, and whoever touches a swarming thing by which he may be made unclean, or a person from whom he may take uncleanness, whatever his uncleanness may be, the person who touches such a thing shall be unclean until the evening, and shall not eat of the holy things unless he has bathed his body in water. When the sun goes down, he shall be clean, and afterward he may eat of the holy things, because they are his food. He shall not eat what dies of itself or is torn by beasts, and so make himself unclean by it. I am the Lord. They shall therefore keep my charge, lest they bear sin for it and die thereby when they profane it. I am the Lord who sanctifies them.
Nice and tall. You guys ready to
A
go?
layperson shall not eat of a holy thing.
These are
No
the
foreign guest of the priest or hired worker shall eat holy thing.
Boom. Let's turn.
But if a priest buys a slave as his property for money, the slave may eat of it, and
Back
anyone
leg to
born
nice
in
and
his
straight,
house
guys.
may eat of his
Boom.
food.
Make sure that knee's over the ankle.
If a priest's daughter marries a layman, she shall not eat of the contribution of the holy thing.
Back leg
But
straight.
if a priest's daughter is widowed or divorced and has no child, and returns to her father's house, as in her youth,
Let's see.
she may eat of her father's food, yet no layperson shall eat of it. And if anyone eats of a holy thing unintentionally, he shall add the fifth of its value to it and give the holy thing to the priest.
That back leg for me, Sean. I know you can do it.
They shall not profane the holy things of the people of Israel, which they contribute to the Lord, and so cause them to bear iniquity and guilt by eating their holy things. For I am the Lord who sanctifies them.
Nice, you guys.
And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron and his sons and all the people of Israel, and say to them, When any one of the house of Israel or the sojourners in Israel presents a burnt offering as his offering,
You don't feel that.
or any of their vows or freewill offerings that they offer to the Lord, if it is to be accepted for you, it shall be a male without blemish,
Remember,
of the bulls or the sheep or the goats.
You can always use a chair or a wall.
You shall not offer anything that has a blemish,
Okay.
for it will not be acceptable for you.
Tall, with that quad.
And when anyone offers a sacrifice of peace offerings to the Lord, to fulfill a vow or as a freewill offering from the herd or from the flock, to be accepted, it must be perfect. There shall be no blemish in it.
That's why. Here we go.
Animals blind or disabled or mutilated, or having a discharge or an itch or scabs, you shall not offer to the Lord or give them to the Lord as a food offering on the altar.
This side.
You may present a bull or a lamb that has a part too long or too short for a free will offering,
Let's get the shoulders.
but for a vow offering it cannot be accepted. Any animal that has its testicle bruised, crushed, or torn, or cut, you shall not offer to the Lord. You shall not do it within your land. Neither shall you offer as the bread of your God any such animals gotten from a foreigner. Since there is a blemish in them, because of their mutilation, they will not be accepted for you.
Hands real wide this time, okay? Looks like
And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, When an ox or sheep or goat is born, it shall remain 7 days with its mother, and from the 8th day on it shall be acceptable as a food offering to the Lord. But you shall not kill an ox or a sheep and her young in one day. And when you sacrifice a sacrifice of thanksgiving to the Lord, you shall sacrifice it so that you may be accepted.
And down, hold.
It shall be eaten on the same day. You shall leave none of it until morning. I am the Lord. So you shall keep my commandments and do them. I am the
Almost
Lord.
at minute 8 to
And
15
you shall not
laps.
profane my holy
So I'm gonna
name,
do 15.
that I may be sanctified among the people of Israel.
And a
I
nice,
am the Lord who
nice
sanctifies
breathe.
you,
Both
who
breathe.
brought you out of the land of
Ooh.
Egypt. God, I am the Lord.
Hold and hold.
Chapter 23.
Going to back flies.
The Lord spoke to Moses,
Like heavy
saying,
pants, same
Speak to the
position.
people of Israel and say to them, These are the appointed feasts of the Lord that you shall proclaim as holy convocations. They are my appointed feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but on the seventh day is a Sabbath of solemn rest, a holy convocation. You shall do no work.
Good.
It is a Sabbath to the Lord in all your dwelling places.
Reach down, reach down.
These are the appointed feasts of the Lord, the holy convocations which you shall proclaim
What you
at the
don't
time
want to do
appointed for
is
them.
a shoulder exercise.
In the first month, on the 14th day of the month of twilight, is the Lord's Passover.
Top of the neck.
And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread to the Lord. For 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. On the first day you shall have a holy convocation. You shall not do any ordinary work,
Standard press.
but you shall present a food offering to the Lord for 7 days. On the seventh day is a holy
Use
convocation.
your bench still.
You shall not do any ordinary work.
Chest up. Place them right here.
And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the people of Israel and say to them, When you come into the land that I give you and reap its harvest, you shall bring the sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest to the priest,
Program 1, 2. Don't
and he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord, so that you may be accepted.
So adjust your weight
On the
accordingly.
day after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. And on the day when you wave the sheaf, you shall offer a male lamb a year old without blemish, as a burnt offering to the
He's
Lord.
getting a workout. It's looking good.
And the grain offering with it shall be 2/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil, a food offering to the Lord with a pleasing aroma. And the drink offering with it shall be of wine, a fourth of a hin.
A few left.
And you shall eat neither bread nor grain, parched or fresh, until this same day, until you have brought the offering of your God. It is a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings.
And I'm going to open arm curl.
You shall count 7 full weeks from the day after the Sabbath, from the day that you brought the sheaf of the wave offering. You shall count 50 days to the day after the seventh Sabbath.
Really important. Okay, don't bend over.
Then you shall present a grain offering of new grain to the Lord. You shall bring from your dwelling places 2 loaves of bread to be waved, made of 2/10 of an ephah.
Nice straight arm.
They shall be of fine flour, and they shall be baked with leaven as first fruit to the Lord.
Really tones up the biceps.
And you shall present with the bread 7 lambs a year old without blemish, and 1 bull from the herd, and 2 rams.
We're going to do 15.
They shall be a burnt offering to the Lord with their grain offering and their drink offering,
4 left.
a food offering with a pleasing aroma to the Lord. And you shall offer 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 male lambs a year old as a sacrifice of peace offering.
Now we got
And the
2
priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits as a wave offering before the Lord with the 2 lambs.
Straight from the back.
They shall be holy to the Lord for the priest.
Bent
And you
over.
shall make a
Big bend
proclamation on the same day.
Start at the shoulders.
You shall hold a holy convocation. You shall not do any ordinary work. It is a statute forever in all your dwelling places throughout your generations. And when you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not reap your field right up to its edge, nor shall you gather the gleanings after your harvest. You shall leave them for the poor and for the sojourner.
Right there. Bang.
I am the Lord your God.
Breathe. Also, remember,
And the Lord spoke to Moses,
this
saying,
exercise is tough, so light
Speak to
weight.
the people of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, on the first day of the
4
month,
reps to go.
you shall observe a day of solemn rest,
Back in.
a memorial proclaimed with blast of trumpets, a holy convocation. You shall not do any ordinary work, and you shall present a food offering to the Lord.
Good.
And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying,
Last around
Now on the
2.
10th day of
do
this
lunge,
7th month
squat,
is the
combo.
day of atonement.
Right leg first.
It shall be
Just
for
like
you a
lunge,
time of
squats,
holy
come out.
convocation,
We do 3.
and you shall
Here we go.
afflict yourselves and present a food offering to the Lord.
Stop.
And you shall not do any work on that very day, for it is a day of atonement, to make atonement for you before the Lord your God.
All your weights
For
on your
whoever is
heels.
not afflicted on that very day shall be cut off from his people.
And
And whoever does any work on that very day, that person I will destroy from among his people.
here we go.
You shall not do any work. It is a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwelling places.
Check the form. Let's see.
It shall be to you a Sabbath of solemn rest, and you shall afflict yourselves. On the 9th day of the month, beginning at evening, from evening to evening, shall you keep Sabbath.
Nice and tall.
And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying,
Tall. One.
Speak to the people of Israel, saying, On the 15th day of this seventh month, and for 7 days, is the Feast of Booths to the
All
Lord.
right, last one, last time.
On
Come
the first
bring it
day
on.
shall be a holy
Big lunch,
convocation.
the knee over the ankle,
You
legs
shall
up,
not do any
straight.
ordinary work.
3 squats.
For 7 days you shall present
So you
food
see how they stand
offerings
nice
to the
and
Lord.
tall every time?
On the 8th day you shall hold a holy convocation and present a food offering to the Lord. It is a solemn
And
assembly.
around 2,
You shall not do any ordinary
towel
work.
break. So grab some water.
These are the appointed feasts of the Lord, which you shall proclaim as times of holy convocation, for presenting to the Lord offerings, burnt offerings, and grain offerings, sacrifices and drink offerings, each on its proper day, besides the Lord's Sabbath, and besides your gifts, and besides all your vow offerings, and besides all your free will offerings, which you give to the Lord. On the 15th day of the 7th month, when you have gathered in the produce of the land, you shall celebrate the feast of the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a solemn rest, and on the 8th day shall be a solemn rest.
Right hamstring and
And you
calf.
shall take on the first day the fruit of splendid trees, branches of palm trees, and boughs of leafy trees, and willows of the brook. And you shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. You shall celebrate it as a feast to the Lord for 7 days in the year. It is a statute forever throughout your
Do it
generations.
again.
You shall celebrate in the 7th month. You shall dwell in booths for 7 days. All native Israelites shall dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the people of Israel dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Thus Moses declared to the people of Israel the appointed feasts of the Lord.
Sean, you get wider than that. Come on. Yeah, I knew we had it. That's nice and wide. That's good form.
Chapter 24.
Head is straight. Stomach and back.
The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Command the people of Israel to bring you pure oil from beaten olives for the lamp, that a light may be kept burning regularly.
Just like
Outside the veil of the testimony in the tent of meeting, Aaron shall arrange it from evening to morning before the Lord regularly. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generation. He shall arrange the lamps on the lampstand of pure gold before the Lord regularly. You shall take fine flour and bake 12 loaves from it. 2/10 of an ephah shall be in each loaf. And you shall set them in 2 piles, 6 in a pile, on the table of pure gold before the Lord. And you shall put pure frankincense on each pile, that it may go with the bread as a memorial portion, the food offering of the Lord. Every Sabbath day Aaron shall arrange it before the Lord regularly. It is from the people of Israel as a covenant forever. And it shall be for Aaron and his sons, and they shall eat it in a holy place, since it is for him a most holy portion out of the Lord's food offering,
Next one
a
is back
perpetual
inside.
due.
It's called lawnmower. Like you're starting
Now an
off.
Israelite woman's son, whose father was an Egyptian, went out among the people of Israel.
Grab the handle with
And
your
the
right
Israelite
hand.
woman's son and the man of Israel fought in the camp.
Right leg straight.
And the Israelite woman's son blasphemed the name and cursed. Then they brought him to Moses. His mother's name was Shelomith, the daughter of Dibra, of the tribe of Dan.
Pick, weight.
And they put him in custody till the will of the Lord should be clear to him.
Let's see the form back there.
Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Bring out of the camp the one who cursed, and let all who heard him lay their hands on his head, and let all the congregation stone him.
Knees over her
And
ankle.
speak to the people of Israel, saying, Whoever curses his God shall bear his sin.
It's got the resistance bands.
Whoever blasphemes the name of the Lord shall surely be put to
It's
death.
okay. They're not gonna have the same area.
Congregation shall stone him.
2 more, they're gonna switch
The
sides.
sojourner as well as the native, when he blasphemes the name, shall be put to
Remember at
death.
home, 8 to 15 reps here too.
Whoever takes a human life shall surely be put to death. Whoever takes an animal's life shall make it good, life for life.
Doesn't change.
If anyone injures his neighbor, as he has done, it shall be done to him. Fracture for fracture, eye for eye,
Big twist. You
tooth
see the
for
twist at
tooth.
the top?
Whatever injury he has given a person shall be given to him.
Sean's good.
Whoever kills an animal shall make it good, and whoever kills a person shall be put to death.
Not as much tension at the bottom.
You shall have the same rule for the sojourner and for the native, for I am the Lord your God.
4 more here.
So Moses spoke to the people of Israel, and they brought out of the camp the one who had cursed and stoned him with stones. Thus the people of Israel did as the Lord commanded
You
Moses.
have some weights. Shoulder flies. Might want to let
Chapter
you weigh a little
25.
bit here. A little bit less than you think.
The Lord spoke to Moses
8
on
to
Mount
15
Sinai,
reps.
saying,
One foot's in front of the
Speak to
other.
the people of Israel and say to them, When you come into the land that I give you, the land shall keep a Sabbath to the Lord. For 6 years you shall sow your
Little hole
field,
at the top.
and for 6 years you shall prune your vineyard and gather in its fruit.
Nice and high.
But in the 7th year there shall be a Sabbath and solemn rest for the land, a Sabbath to the Lord. You shall not sow your field or prune your vineyard. You shall not reap what grows of itself in your harvest, or gather the grapes of your undressed vine. It shall be a year of solemn rest for the land. The Sabbath of the land shall provide food for you, for yourself and for your male and female slaves, and for your hired worker and the sojourner who lives with you, and for your cattle and for the wild animals that are in your land. All its yield shall be for food.
Here we go.
You shall count 7 weeks of years, 7 times 7 years. So that the time of the 7 weeks of years shall give you 49 years. Then you shall sound the loud trumpet on the 10th day of the 7th month. On the Day of Atonement you shall sound trumpet throughout all your land, and you shall consecrate the 50th year and proclaim liberty throughout the land to all its inhabitants. It shall be a jubilee for you, when each of you shall return to his property, and each of you shall return to his clan. That 50th year shall be a jubilee for you. In it you shall neither sow nor reap what grows of itself, nor gather the grapes from the undressed vines. For it is a jubilee. It shall be holy to you. You may eat the produce of the field. In this year of jubilee, each of you shall return to his property. And if you make a sale to your neighbor or buy from your neighbor, you shall not wrong one another. You shall pay your neighbor according to the number of years after the jubilee, and he shall sell to you according to the number of years for crops. If the years are many, you shall increase the price. If the years are few, you shall reduce the price. For it is the number of the crops that he is selling to you. You shall not wrong one another, but you shall fear your God, for I am Lord your God.
We're going to try steps in the back of the shoulders.
Therefore you do my statutes and keep my rules and perform them. Then you will dwell in the land securely. The land will yield its fruit, and you will eat your fill and dwell in it securely. And if you say, what shall we eat in the 7th year, if we may not sow or gather in our crop? I will command my blessing on you in the 6th year, so that it will produce a crop sufficient for 3 years. When you sow in the 8th year, you are eating some of the old crop. You shall eat the old until the 9th year when its crop arrives. The land shall not be sold in perpetuity, for the land is mine. For you are strangers and sojourners with me. And in all country you possess, you shall allow a redemption of the land. If your brother becomes poor and sells part of his property, then his nearest redeemer shall come and redeem what his brother has sold. If a man has no one to redeem it, and then himself becomes prosperous and finds sufficient means to redeem it, let him calculate the years since he sold it, and pay back the balance to the man to whom he sold it, and then return to his property.
Let's see the form.
But if he does not have sufficient means to recover it, then what he sold shall remain in the hand of the buyer until the year of Jubilee. In the Jubilee it shall be released, and he shall return to his property. If a man sells a dwelling house in a walled city, he may redeem it within a year of its sale. For a full year he shall have the right of redemption. If it is not redeemed within a full year, then the house in the walled city shall belong in perpetuity to the buyer throughout his generation. It shall not be released in the Jubilee. But the houses of the villages that have no wall around them shall be classified with the fields of the land. They may be redeemed, and they shall be released in the Jubilee. As for the cities of the Levites may redeem at any time the houses in the cities they possess. And if one of the Levites exercises his right of redemption, then the house that was sold in a city they possess shall be released in the Jubilee. For the houses and the cities of the Levites are their possession among the people of Israel. But the fields of pasture land belonging to their cities may not be sold, for that is their possession forever. If your brother becomes poor and cannot maintain himself with you, you shall support him as though he were a stranger and a sojourner, and he shall live with you. Take no interest from him or profit, but fear your God, that your brother may live beside you. You shall not lend him your money at interest, nor give him your food for profit. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, to give you the land of Canaan, and to be your God. If your brother becomes poor beside you and sells himself to you, you shall not make him serve as a slave. He shall be with you as a hired worker, and as a sojourner. He shall serve with you until the year of the Jubilee. Then he shall go out from you, he and his children with him, and and go back to his own clan and return to the possession of his fathers. For they are my servants, whom I brought out of the land of Egypt. They shall not go as slaves. You shall not rule over him ruthlessly, but shall fear your God. As for your male and female slaves whom you may have, you may buy male and female slaves from among the nations that are around you,